Welcome to Natural Born Talents. Today is just a short on two creepy photographs I took while traveling. The first one is while I was traveling on bicycle in New England. This house is more than 200 years old. It is of colonial design, with sections of the house being added on over the years. Now, I don't have too much knowledge of the history of this house at this time. I will go back and check more about it, but I found that one of the windows there appears to be a young child peering out with an unusual shadow on the far wall. You know, it looks like one of those troll dolls and with a blue face and everything. At the time of the photograph, no one was living in it as it was being renovated. I believe this is called the Rogers House and may be used as a B&B at this time. The first photograph I took, you don't see anything. However, on the second photograph, I made three versions of this photograph. The base house version, the first blow up, and the last one, photograph number 3, is an enhanced by adding contrast to the photograph so you can see the features a little bit more. Now, it does appear to be a child, ghostly at that. However, I can't completely rule out that this isn't just pareidolia and something in the house that was left by the previous owners or the construction workers, but I find that kind of unlikely, even though the object is casting a shadow.
The next intriguing paranormal photograph I took was at the Mary Fielding Smith house at This Is the Place in Utah. Many of the people who work at This Is the Place often felt a presence at her very small house in the park. Hearing the story, I went there with some exchange students and started taking photographs around the area and did indeed pick her up. Many people at the place who worked there said her presence was often kind, but I've heard other contradictory stories where that she was angry at other people. When I was there, I felt she was just rather shy, that she didn't like visitors so much visiting her house, but if they were kind enough and gentle enough, she wouldn't mind showing herself, as she did to me in these photographs. If you look closely enough, you do see other faces in the photograph. These may be relatives or children or husbands. I'm not really sure. It's hard for me to make out. Perhaps somebody who knows the Mormon culture better could recognize those faces. If you do, please leave something that you might think to be the case in the comments below. I did hear that Mary Fielding Smith was somewhat of a loner. So again, I'm not too up on the history. You can look it up in Wikipedia. Though I do know she was the second wife of the former Smith leader, Joseph Smith, older brother, Hiram Smith, and I guess he was killed on the way to Utah. And she again later died of pneumonia, but she never seemed to leave the house. And again, sometimes when I visit the place, I don't feel anything at all. Other times, I felt she didn't like visitors so much, but wasn't so angry or hostile if you were polite enough or cared about her privacy enough that you didn't go out of your way to be obnoxious or anything. So I guess that would be the best way to approach the house if you do go visit it.
Well, that's all for this video. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.